What if I told you there was a car that captured the raw energy of the 80s? The power, the attitude, and the rebellion, all wrapped in sleek, muscle-bound perfection. Enter the IROC-Z, a machine that wasn't just built, it was unleashed. Gearheads, this is the story of the Chevrolet Camaro IROC-Z, a car that didn't just turn heads, it ruled the road and left tire marks all over the 80s. Born from the thunderous world of racing, with its name ripped straight from the prestigious International Race of Champions, where legends like Dale Earnhardt and Cale Yarborough battled it out in identically prepared Camaro machines, this beast quickly earned its status as a symbol of performance and raw power. So Chevrolet didn't just add a fancy sticker to an everyday model, they re-engineered it, infusing every bolt and piston with the DNA of a true track contender. It was a car that celebrated the era of pure unmatched energy, where victories in the original IROC races came down to nothing more than driver skill. Imagine the audacity of thinking you could challenge these icons on their own turf. That's the kind of spirit that makes the IROC-Z not only a machine, but a piece of automotive history. Whether your blood runs on high octane or you're just discovering the symphony of a roaring V8, the IROC-Z is a time capsule of pure, unadulterated automotive adrenaline. Anyways, moving forward, let us talk about the looks, because the IROC-Z didn't just roll into a room, it made an entrance that left no doubt about its intentions. With a ground-hugging front air dam that was thoroughly crafted in wind tunnels, this car sliced through the air with a precision that was as functional as it was aggressive. Its flared wheel arches and assertive rear spoiler weren't just added for aesthetics, they were pure advanced aerodynamics engineered into every curve of its design. And then there were the standout 16-inch aluminum wheels, each one wrapped in robust, fat Goodyear Gatorback tires that promised and delivered unparalleled grip. These elements weren't merely about flash, they were critical performance features that connected raw, unadulterated power directly to the pavement. Seriously, if these wheels could flex, they'd be the envy of any gym mirror. Its design elements weren't just engineered for speed, they were carefully crafted to create a look that turned heads and sparked conversations wherever it went, capturing the very soul of 80s muscle. Despite its race-inspired name and aggressive styling cues, the car was built on a fairly standard production platform that was shared with more everyday front-wheel drive vehicles. With its badge and appearance nod to the high-octane world of the International Race of Champions, the IROC-Z's performance upgrades were more about cosmetic flair and modest tuning rather than a full-blown race-ready overhaul. Basically, the IROC-Z was this cool trick Chevrolet played. They wanted everyone to think, wow, that's a race car. And yeah, it was fast, but it was also something you could buy at the dealership. So it was like half real racer, half everyday muscle car, all wrapped up in a seriously cool package. But did the IROC-Z actually live up to its racing name, or was it all just marketing hype? Let's pop the hood and find out. Chevrolet offered two engine choices that set hearts racing and left competitors in the dust. The first option was the trusty 5.0-liter V8, a reliable workhorse that delivered a solid 190 horsepower, perfect for those who appreciated the classic rumble of American muscle. But the real showstopper was the revolutionary 5.7-liter tuned port injection V8 introduced in '87, which cranked out an exhilarating 225 horsepower. This wasn't just about raw numbers. The TPI's futuristic intake manifold was a marvel of engineering, delivering torque with the force of a sledgehammer and propelling the car from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 6 seconds. If you're loving this deep dive into classic muscle cars, make sure to hit that like button. It helps us bring you more legendary rides like this. But raw power means little without control, and this is where the IROC-Z truly shined. Chevrolet's engineers knew that simply cramming a big engine into a standard chassis wouldn't do justice to the potential of the beast. They took the foundation of the Camaro and reimagined it from the ground up, incorporating high-performance features like Bilstein shocks, thicker sway bars, and a finely tuned suspension system designed to dance on the edge of grip. Every component was calibrated to ensure that the car didn't just accelerate in a straight line, it could carve through corners with the precision of a seasoned racer. Those massive Gatorback tires weren't just there for show, they were the crucial link between the unleashed power of the engine and the road itself. Seeing an IROC-Z carve up a winding road? Forget muscle car, this thing danced. It was like a finely tuned machine, built to handle. You could tell they poured serious engineering into it, and it showed in how it just felt alive, like a real race car, but on the street. This deep attention to detail in the suspension and handling meant that drivers could feel connected to the road like never before, experiencing every twist and turn with a level of control that was simply exhilarating. Step inside the IROC-Z and you're not entering a car, you're stepping into a time capsule that whisks you straight back to the heart of the 80s. The cockpit was meticulously designed to make every drive an immersive experience, with high bolster seats available in fiery red or cool gray cloth, and even leather options that let you channel your inner Miami Vice character. That dashboard, it wasn't just a bunch of dials. It was like the cockpit of a fighter jet, keeping you plugged into every beat of that screaming V8. You felt like you were in control, like you knew exactly what that beast under the hood was doing every single second. And for those who appreciated a glimpse of the future, there was an optional digital dash featuring glowing red numbers that gave the cockpit a fighter jet vibe. This blend of retro charm and cutting-edge technology created an atmosphere that was both nostalgic and ahead of its time. Every time you slide into the IROC-Z's cockpit, you're reminded of an era when driving was an art form. Every detail was designed to elevate the experience of being behind the wheel. Whether you were a die-hard fan of analog instruments or couldn't resist the allure of digital displays, the ride was unforgettable. The IROC-Z wasn't just about what it did on the street, it was pure 80s gold. It wasn't just a car, you saw it everywhere. TV shows, movies, even parked in rock star mansions. It wasn't just driving, it was a statement. It was like, if you were cool in the 80s, you knew the IROC-Z. It was the car that chased down villains in the shadow of Knight Rider, cruised through neon-lit streets in the spirit of Miami Vice, and became a symbol of rebellion and freedom when Bon Jovi's anthems blasted from cassette decks. Celebrities like Van Halen and Sylvester Stallone embraced the IROC-Z, turning it into the ultimate rock star ride and cementing its status as a legend of its era. Every time you see those quad headlights slicing through the night or hear the unmistakable roar of the TPI engine, it's a reminder of a time when cars weren't just about getting from point A to point B. They were statements of personality, power, and pure, unfiltered passion for life. The cultural impact of the IROC-Z transcends its physical presence. It became a symbol, an icon that captured the hearts of an entire generation, leaving an indelible mark on both automotive and entertainment history. As the IROC-Z roared through the 80s, it wasn't just winning races, it was dominating the market. At its peak, over 5,000 units were sold every month, turning this machine into the undisputed halo car of the Camaro lineup. When you consider that these performance marvels were originally priced at around $20,000, it's astonishing to see how much their value has soared over the decades. Today, a pristine IROC-Z is a coveted collector's item, often commanding six-figure sums at auction and garnering the admiration of automotive enthusiasts around the globe. The transformation from a high-performance sports car of the 80s to a modern-day treasure highlights not just its engineering excellence, but also its cultural and historical significance. Here's the thing, these IROC-Zs, they're worth a fortune now. And it's not just because they were fast and look killer, it's because people love them. They're like a time machine on wheels. If you own one, you're not just buying a car, you're grabbing a chunk of the 80s, a reminder of when driving wasn't just getting from A to B, it was a full-blown adrenaline-fueled adventure. Some cars fade into history, others become legends. The IROC-Z, it's a time machine, a love letter to an era when cars had soul. Whether you live through it or just dream about it, one thing is certain, the IROC-Z will never be forgotten. Where were you when you first saw an IROC-Z? What did it make you feel? Let us know in the comments below. Now, if you enjoyed this look back at a true automotive legend, make sure to check out our previous video and also be sure to share your thoughts and memories in the comment section below. Most importantly, we noticed only a few of our regular viewers subscribe to our channel, so please do subscribe. It helps us give you better content. That's it, gearheads. I'll see you in the next one.